Hello! Today we will talk about types of file server settings in ICS CUBE. Widget of web and file server is located on the main page of ICS CUBE. Here you can see information about available space in file system sections, number of shared resources, and the buttons for fast access to various features. We will create resources on a separate hard drive. That's why first of all we should add this drive to the system. In the main menu we choose Maintenance Drives. Besides the main system section, we have 4 more unused disks. There are 2 types of sections which can be created in ICS CUBE: Mirror and Stripe. Mirror type section is making a parallel recording of all information onto both disks. That allows to increase reliability in the case of crashing one of the disks. Stripe type section allows to unite several disks to one common disk space, appearing as a single disk. That means what 2 8GB disks will unite to 16GB section. There will be no ability to remove one of the disks without deleting of all the section. Also, a disk will be formatted after being added to a section of any type. Let's talk about a file server components. FTP server. Ports, limit of connections from a particular user and/or a host, certificate for encrypted FTPS connection are specified in the settings of FTP server. When adding an FTP resource, we should choose a catalog which will be made available in this resource and specify the access rights. Guest login allows to use the catalog without authorization. Any FTP client is needed for using this resource. Specify IP address of the server, login and password of the user. Web resource and virtual host. Web server allows to place a website on ICS CUBE. In its settings tab we can change host name. It defines an external domain hostname, needed for correct work of web resource by domain name, admin email, HTTP and HTTPS ports, specify SSL certificate, options of redirect will force to open web pages via HTTPS protocol, type authorization parameter. It will determine the way for users' authorization in case the resource is closed for guest access. Web resource. Service HTTPS requests by IP address of ICS CUBE interface. Name of the web resource, description, and source folder are specified when the web resource is being added. Allowing of directory listing option allows the server to show lists of all files and resource folders in case if in the root folder index.html or index.php files are not detected. It is important to specify access rights. Checking the guest enter box allows to view this resource from any host. Virtual host allows to create unlimited number of web resources. Is responsible for its website by domain name. Virtual host parameter is need to contain website domain name. Setting in web resource are appending by. Shortcut is indicate to web server that this resource also responds for www.host.com. Web application firewall has used for prevent some attacks on a resource, for example SQL injections. For each virtual host you can use the same HTTPS settings as the web server uses. Use Let's Encrypt certificate or specify manually a certificate which was previously uploaded to ICS CUBE. Checking the box Add record on DNS server will create DNS zone and fill it with automatically created records. Virtual host with reverse proxy allows ICS CUBE to redirect a request to the website with specified name in case the server hosting the website is located in the local network. Address for HTTP and HTTPS request is specified for virtual host with reverse proxy. If all requests need to be sent by HTTPS, you should choose an appropriate setting. Virtual host shortcode creates a virtual host alias. Use a shortcode if virtual host was created on ICS CUBE and you need to get its responses by another domain name. When adding a shortcode, you need to specify a name of the alias and choose from the list of virtual hosts known to ICS CUBE the one which will be associated with this shortcode. In the MySQL server, a database is associated with a web resource or virtual host after their creation. Website located on a resource can use this database via PHP requests. Highlight a resource in General List and press Database button for seeing parameters of database associated with it. In the window which will open, you will see parameters of connection to database. These parameters are needed to be used for your PHP scripts. If you already have a dump of working database, you can upload it with Upload Database button. Also, there is an opportunity to place a shared resource in ICS CUBE. While adding, you need to specify the resource name, its source, and set access rights for it. More about shared resources will be discussed in Integrating ICS CUBE with Active Directory video lesson. File storage section is a catalog of all files. Folders in this section can be added, deleted, and network access can be granted to them by any previously described way. In some cases, web server will need additional rights to work with files. For allowing web server to make records in the folder, highlight a resource on the right side and check the box Allow web server to write. Thank you for your attention. See you!